The US Patent Office is supposed to be a hall of fame for human genius, but it also doubles as a bizarre freak show of bad ideas. For every invention that changed history, there are dozens that make you question it. We're not here for the genius today. We've excavated 49 of the most baffling, misguided, and hilariously real patents ever approved in America. 1. Let's begin with a patent that declares war on your own bodily functions: the sneeze shield. This isn't just a piece of plastic. It's a face-mounted sneeze guard, a personal declaration that you've given up on politeness and moved straight to containment protocol. Imagine wearing this to a job interview. It doesn't say, "I'm health conscious." It says, "I fully expect an uncontrolled biological event to erupt from my face at any moment, and I've come prepared." It's the ultimate tool for social distancing, because while your germs might be contained, so is any chance of someone willingly standing within 10 feet of you ever again. 2. For the individual who experiences the profound agony of a damp ear canal, we have the patented ear dryer. This device tackles the Herculean, centuries-old challenge of drying one's ears, a task previously thought impossible without archaic cloth implements. This isn't just a gadget. It's a monument to the idea that no problem is too small to have an overly complex electrical solution. The inventor clearly woke up one day, touched their ear, felt a molecule of water, and decided that humanity could no longer suffer this injustice. It's peak innovation, with the thrilling, unspoken possibility of discovering what happens when you aim a heating element directly at your eardrum. 3. The armpit cooling pad. This patent offers a solution to summer heat that is both ingenious and deeply flawed: the armpit cooling pad. It promises a serene, Arctic oasis under your arms, but delivers a strange, chemical clamminess. You don't feel refreshed. You feel like you have a tiny, refrigerated swamp brewing in each armpit. The real experience isn't relief. It's the constant, awkward awareness that you are secretly marinating in your own lukewarm despair, all while trying to appear cool, calm, and collected. 4. Few inventions weaponize free stuff quite like the patented t-shirt cannon. This air-powered bazooka transforms a civilized crowd into a writhing sea of humanity, all desperately lunging for a poorly aimed, extra-large cotton projectile. It's a magnificent spectacle of our most primal instincts, proving that people will abandon all dignity and risk elbowing a child in the face for a shirt advertising a brand of lawn fertilizer they've never heard of. This patent didn't just create a promotional tool. It created a device that exposes the chaotic, greedy animal lurking just beneath our civilized surface. 5. For the sleep-deprived parent, the automatic baby rocker promises a robotic salvation. A machine that tirelessly, perfectly rocks your child into a state of slumber. But let's be honest, this isn't a helper, it's your replacement. It performs its duty with a cold, robotic perfection that you, a mere human, could never hope to match. The soulless, rhythmic whirring of gears becomes the soundtrack to your child's infancy. The real horror isn't the machine itself. It's the terrifying possibility that your baby will prefer it, and their first word won't be mama, but a faint, metallic clicking sound. 6. In a bold move to disrupt the world of professional greetings, one visionary patented the edible business card. This transforms a simple exchange of information into a bizarre social experiment. Do you take a bite in front of them to show your enthusiasm? Do you save it for later, only to find a sad, chocolatey smudge in your wallet? It's a networking tool that guarantees you'll be remembered, but only as that person who handed me a cookie with their email on it. You're left with no contact information, just the faint, sugary aftertaste of a deeply awkward interaction. 7. For the person whose desire for a nap overrides all sense of public shame, there is the sleep hoodie with a built-in inflatable pillow. The true beauty of this invention isn't the comfort, it's the spectacle. Watching someone with grim determination start puffing into their own collar, their face turning a shade of purple as a lumpy air goiter slowly emerges from their hood. It doesn't look like they're napping. It looks like they're having a bizarre allergic reaction. You may be dreaming peacefully, but to everyone else on the train, you are a medical mystery in progress. 8. Now we have a patent for those who want to experience a sauna, but also want to look like a low-budget alien trying to blend in with humanity. The portable sauna suit. This is essentially a human-sized Ziploc bag that you wear to go about your daily errands. It's designed to make you sweat, but its primary function is to make everyone around you profoundly uncomfortable. You don't walk, you crinkle. You're not just detoxing, you're conducting a personal sous vide experiment. The goal might be wellness, but you arrive at your destination looking like a deflated, soggy astronaut who has just survived re-entry. 9. The self-flavoring straw. This patent is for the person who is terrified of an unadulterated moment. It's a straw that acts as a reality filter, ensuring that even a simple glass of water is never just water, but an assault of artificial fruit punch or bubblegum flavor. It's a device that caters to a palate so decimated by processed sugar that it can no longer tolerate the taste of anything real. This isn't about customizing a drink. It's about a deep, philosophical fear of experiencing anything in its natural, boring state. 10. Flatulence deodorizing underwear. This patent offers not just underwear, but a tiny wearable science experiment conducted in the most personal of laboratories. These garments, woven with promises of carbon fiber neutralization, offer a life free from olfactory embarrassment. But this freedom comes at a cost. Constant, nagging paranoia. Every moment of silence is filled with a frantic mental calculation. Did that burrito push the system past its breaking point? You're no longer a person. You're the nervous administrator of a hazardous waste containment facility, and you're not entirely sure if it's still up to code. 11. For the dog owner who loves ruthless efficiency more than their dog's mental well-being, we have the dog washing tunnel. Think of it as a miniature, automated car wash, but for your confused pet. A conveyor belt ushers them into a tunnel of automated jets, scrubbing brushes, and a final, terrifying blast from an industrial blow dryer. It's pitched as a convenient way to keep your house clean, but from the dog's perspective, it's a horrifying alien abduction experience. Meanwhile, you stand on the other side, dry and smiling, marveling at the wonders of automation while your dog emerges, clean but emotionally scarred. 12. Just when you thought the bathroom was your last sanctuary of solitude, a patent was granted for the talking toilet. This isn't just a toilet with a flushing sound. This is a commode that offers you cheerful, disembodied words of encouragement during your most private moments. Imagine a soothing voice proclaiming, "You're doing great," or "Keep up the good work," at a time when you least want feedback. It's less of a smart device and more of an intimate, unwelcome life coach for your lower intestine, turning a simple biological function into a performance review you never asked for. 13. Here we have a patent that brilliantly solves one problem while creating a dozen more. The Peekaboo Toy Shirt. This is a shirt for adults with a built-in hand puppet emerging from the chest cavity, designed to entertain babies on demand. It's clever for about 5 minutes. After that, you're just a grown adult with a felt creature permanently attached to your torso, patiently waiting for someone to ask about it. It's the perfect attire for someone who has completely given up on being taken seriously as a person and has fully embraced their new identity as a human entertainment center. 14. Behold, the pinnacle of suburban multitasking, lawn aerating sandals. These are sandals with giant, terrifying spikes on the soles, allowing you to aerate your lawn simply by walking across it. It's an ingenious way to combine yard work with a leisurely stroll, provided your idea of a stroll involves the rhythmic, squelching crunch of plunging metal spikes into the earth with every step. It's a great way to look like you're preparing for a medieval battle against your own turf, and it also ensures you can never again walk on your patio or into your house without causing thousands of dollars in damage. 15. This next patent comes from a place of pure love, but a profound misunderstanding of cats. The Cat Tail Restorer is a prosthetic tail designed for felines who have lost their original. In theory, it's a sweet gesture to restore their balance and dignity. In reality, a cat will likely treat this foreign appendage as a mortal enemy that has sneakily attached itself to its backside. What follows is not graceful adaptation, but a frantic, hissing, spinning battle against its own butt. It's less of a medical device and more of a home-wrecking entertainment system powered by feline rage. 16. The Dogbrella. This invention is a monument to an owner's profound misinterpretation of their dog's needs. From a human perspective, it's a thoughtful act of kindness. From the dog's perspective, it's a confusing, view-obstructing canopy that prevents it from enjoying the glorious, multi-sensory experience of rain and a world of new smells. The dog doesn't want to be dry, it wants to be a dog. Meanwhile, the owner is engaged in a two-handed battle against physics, getting soaked while their pet wonders why its sky privileges have been revoked. 17. This next patent is a sad plastic monument to the complete collapse of workplace trust. The sandwich guard. This isn't just a container, it's a personal food vault, a lockable box designed to protect your sad tuna on rye from your kleptomaniac colleagues. While it may be effective, it also forces you into the deeply humiliating ritual of unlocking your lunch in the break room, the tiny hopeful click of the lock announcing to everyone that you are the person who has officially given up on believing in the good of humanity, one stolen sandwich at a time. 18. The future once promised us self-lacing shoes. The US Patent Office, however, gave us the automatic shoe tying system. This is a clunky, motorized contraption of gears and pulleys that you attach to your footwear to automate the 5-second task of tying a knot. It's an invention for the adult who has officially lost the battle against basic life skills. Imagine the setup time, the maintenance, the inevitable day it malfunctions and traps your foot in a Gordian knot of its own making. It's a complex solution to a problem that was solved by humanity thousands of years ago. 19. For the person who looks in the mirror and thinks, "My body is a temple, but my eyelids are seriously lagging behind," we have the eyelid weight trainer. Yes, this patent is for tiny weights you place on your eyelids to strengthen them through resistance training. Why? To what end? To achieve blinks with more gravitas? To develop a gaze that can intimidate small animals? Imagine someone in the corner of the gym, not lifting dumbbells, but intensely performing their eyelid reps. It's the ultimate solution for a problem that exists only in the mind of someone who has stared into the abyss for too long. 20. An inventor looked at a beautiful creature of the sky, a symbol of freedom and untamed nature, and thought, "That needs a diaper." Thus, the bird diaper was patented. This tiny, absorbent harness is for the bird owner whose white couch has been deemed more important than their pet's dignity. It's a bold statement that says, "I love having a bird, but I refuse to accept any of the consequences of owning a living creature that flies and poops." It's less of an invention and more of a tiny, feathered insult to evolution itself. 21. If you enjoy starting your day with pure, unfiltered rage, then this next patent is for you. The alarm clock that runs away doesn't just wake you up. It assaults your senses, screams for help, and then promptly flees the scene of the crime. This tiny, malevolent robot on wheels rolls off your nightstand and hides, forcing you into an undignified, pajama-clad scavenger hunt every single morning. It's not just an alarm clock, it's an antagonist, a daily nemesis that ensures your first conscious thought of the day is, "I am going to destroy you." 22. Here we have a patent that is a motorized admission of defeat, the spaghetti fork twister. This fork automatically spins to gather your pasta, stripping away the last shred of skill and joy from the act of eating. It's the perfect gift for someone you secretly believe is utterly incompetent. It turns the artful, personal dance of fork and spoon into a sterile, automated process. It's a device for people who view eating not as a pleasure, but as an engineering problem to be solved with maximum efficiency, presumably before moving on to their patented food-chewing machine. 23. The portable spittoon. This patent is an attempt to civilize the uncivilizable. The portable spittoon offers a discreet, pocket-sized vessel for the refined user of chewing tobacco. The user imagines they look like a rugged, self-reliant character from a classic Western. In reality, they just look like a person carefully and deliberately spitting into a fancy sippy cup. It's a bold attempt to add a touch of class to a habit that will forever resist it, turning a public nuisance into a slightly more hygienic, but no less baffling, public nuisance. 24. There are very few problems in life that can be solved with a specialized sling, but an inventor decided that carrying a watermelon was one of them. The watermelon carrier is a highly specific piece of single-use engineering. For that one day a year, you decide a watermelon is a good idea for a picnic. For the other 364 days, it hangs in your garage, gathering dust and silently mocking your poor purchasing decisions. It's a monument to optimistic but ultimately foolish preparation, solving a problem that could also be solved with a simple tote bag. 25. Deep within the archives of questionable toys, we find a patent for the boxing kangaroo. This is not just a toy, it's a child's first introduction to the futility of conflict. It's a soulless, plastic adversary that punches back with relentless, spring-loaded fury, teaching children the valuable life lesson that sometimes things will hit you for no reason and you will never, ever win. It's less of a plaything and more of an existential training dummy for a life that will inevitably be filled with unwinnable battles against opponents who don't have feelings. Fun. 26. For the person whose snoring could rival a freight train, science offers a patented, passive-aggressive solution: the snore-stopping pillow. This pillow doesn't just cradle your head. It actively listens for your nocturnal misdeeds. When it detects a snore, it vibrates, not as a gentle nudge but as a silent, buzzing judgment. It turns your place of rest into a battlefield, where you wage a nightly war against your own unconscious self. You don't just sleep with this pillow. You enter into a deeply dysfunctional relationship with a comfort object that is constantly disappointed in you. 27. Here, we have a patent that tries to merge comfort with technology, resulting in a potential nightmare: a pillow with a built-in speaker. The idea is to lull you to sleep with gentle music, whispered directly into your skull. It seems pleasant until you roll over in the middle of the night and the speaker, now muffled against the mattress, transforms your favorite song into a distorted, demonic chant. It's a one-way ticket to audio purgatory, where the soundtrack to your dreams becomes a muffled, static-filled horror show that you can't escape because it's attached to your head. 28. In a move that redefines bold fashion, someone patented the wearable fish tank. This is quite literally a water-filled helmet with a live fish inside that you wear on your head. It's less of a fashion statement and more of a personal mobile aquatic prison. Imagine the logistics: the constant sloshing, the low-grade oxygen anxiety, the judgment from everyone you meet. Meanwhile, the world's loneliest goldfish swims endless, dizzying circles around your head, wondering what cosmic crime it committed to deserve this fate. It's not an accessory, it's a cry for help. 29. Behold, a gadget that embodies a beautiful but fundamentally flawed logic: the hat with a solar-powered fan. This wide-brimmed hat features a tiny fan on the front, promising a refreshing breeze on a hot day. The cruel irony, of course, is that it only works when you are standing directly in the brutal, unforgiving sunlight that is causing you to suffer in the first place. Step into the shade for a moment of relief, and your technological marvel instantly becomes a useless, top-heavy ornament. It's a perfect symbol of false hope, a tiny engine powered by your own misery. 30. For the homeowner who believes every object in their house should be a smart object, we have the voice-activated trash can. It promises a hands-free future where you command your garbage receptacle like a king. The reality is a new, needy pet in your kitchen. It opens its mouth every time you mention something openly or say, "That's trash." You're left with a trash can that has an incessantly clapping lid, a sentient garbage hole that inserts itself into every conversation, turning your kitchen into a chaotic symphony of whirring motors and your own rising frustration. 31. The doggy eyewear. This patent is less about canine ophthalmology and more about human narcissism. It's about meticulously designing eyewear for a creature whose primary method of identifying friends is by sniffing their rear end. These sunglasses serve one purpose: to turn a living, breathing animal into a cool-looking prop for their owner's social media feed. The dog isn't protected from UV rays. It's just temporarily blinded and disoriented. Also, its owner can get a few extra likes for having the coolest dog at the park. 32. In what might be humanity's laziest moment, a patent was granted for the motorized ice cream cone. This device uses a small motor to spin your ice cream cone for you, eliminating the arduous, wrist-straining labor of turning it yourself. It automates one of the simple, tactile pleasures of life, turning a joyful experience into a joyless act of consumption. It's the perfect invention for someone who has looked at the act of eating ice cream and thought, "This could be more efficient and require less of my personal involvement." It is the apex of sloth. 33. Sometimes an invention comes along that is both a brilliant disguise and a sad admission of defeat. The beer belly cooler is a personal refrigeration unit, cunningly shaped like a portly gut, that you strap to your torso. It's a way to not only embrace the dad bod stereotype, but to make it functional. The tragic irony, of course, is that this insulated pouch of lies is strapped directly to your own warm body, the sworn enemy of cold beverages. It's a brilliant costume, right up until the moment you pull out a disappointingly tepid drink, revealing your sad, lukewarm secret to the world. 34. Deep in the annals of redundant technology, you'll find the patent for the GPS shoe. This is a shoe with a built-in navigation system for those who find the act of looking at their smartphone to be an unbearable hardship. It promises a future where your footwear literally tells you where to go, turning every walk into a conversation with a dystopian life coach living in your arch support. Imagine the confusion. Your left shoe is now telling you to turn right. It's an invention that takes the pre-chewed convenience of modern life and shoves it directly into your socks. 35. This next patent is an olfactory crime scene masquerading as stationery, the cheese-scented notebook. Someone decided to desecrate the sacred act of writing by infusing paper with the pungent, unmistakable aroma of aged cheddar. Imagine trying to pen a heartfelt love letter or take serious notes in a business meeting while being assaulted by the ghost of a dairy aisle. It's a product that serves no logical purpose, but it's a passive-aggressive masterpiece if your goal is to subtly make everyone around you wonder if you're hiding a block of cheese in your briefcase. 36. For the suburban dad who dreams of turning chores into a spectator sport, we have the remote-controlled lawnmower. This patent transforms the drudgery of yard work into a live-action video game, where you command a whirling blade of death from the comfort of your patio chair, beverage in hand. It's the ultimate expression of weaponized laziness. The only drawback is the inevitable awkward wave to your neighbor, who is sweating profusely behind a traditional mower, while you, a fully grown adult, are giggling maniacally as you execute a perfect donut. Turn around a rose bush. 37. Golf, a game already saturated with expensive and pointless accessories, has found its last bastion of needless luxury in the scent-infused golf tee. This tee releases a gentle, calming aroma, like lavender or fresh rain, at the precise moment you make contact with the ball. It's a beautiful concept, right up until you shank your shot directly into the woods. Now, your pure, unadulterated rage is accompanied by the serene, mocking scent of chamomile. It's not aromatherapy, it's an olfactory taunt, a way for your own equipment to whisper, "Perhaps you should relax," as you contemplate hurling your 9-iron into a water hazard. 38. In what can only be described as a monument to profound loneliness, someone patented the goldfish walker. This is a tiny, water-filled wheeled container that allows you to take your pet goldfish for a walk, as if it were a dog that doesn't understand the concept of walking, or fun, or land. It turns a simple trip to the park into a public performance art piece about desperation. You're not walking a pet. You're just slowly rolling a sad, sloshing, terrified inmate on an existential journey to nowhere, inviting sidewalk psychoanalysis from every stranger you pass. 39. The pizza scissors. The existence of this patent is a declaration of war against culinary tradition. It replaces the simple, elegant, and satisfying roll of a pizza wheel with the clumsy, brutal dissection of a pair of scissors. This isn't just cutting, it's an act of violence against a perfectly good pizza. It's a tool that screams, "I have no respect for the sanctity of this meal." With every awkward snip, you're not just dividing slices, you're murdering the joy, one greasy, jagged cut at a time. 40. Is it an eco-friendly lighting solution or a tiny rodent labor camp? The hamster-powered nightlight is a device that generates electricity from a hamster running on its wheel. Your furry friend embarks on an endless, soul-crushing marathon, not for its own health but to power your midnight trip to the bathroom. This patent transforms your pet into a tiny furry Sisyphus, forever running towards a goal it will never reach, all for your convenience. It's the ultimate symbol of the unpaid intern of the animal kingdom, generating just enough light for you to see its tiny face, silently rethinking its life choices. 41. For the person who views a mosquito not as a nuisance but as a personal declaration of war, we have the patented mosquito vacuum. This isn't bug spray, this is a handheld instrument of vengeance, a tiny ghost-busting proton pack for your suburban patio. It replaces the serene sounds of a summer evening with the high-pitched, satisfying whine of a tiny motor sucking your enemies into a chamber of doom. It's a disproportionate, almost maniacal response to an insect bite, turning a simple pest problem into a nightly, obsessive hunting expedition. 42. In a bid to solve the eternal bathroom debate with technology, a patent was granted for the automatic toilet lid opener. This hygienic marvel uses sensors to graciously lift the lid as you approach, like a well-trained spectral butler for your bathroom. It's all convenience and class until 3 a.m., when you stumble in, half asleep, and the lid silently, eerily rises on its own in the darkness. It's no longer a helpful gadget. It's a sentient throne that acknowledges your presence, turning every midnight trip into a slightly spooky, low-stakes paranormal event. 43. Here, we have an invention that forces you to choose between staying dry and retaining a single shred of your dignity. The hat with a built-in umbrella. This head-mounted contraption promises hands-free protection from the rain, but delivers a public spectacle. With a single gust of wind, your sophisticated rain shield transforms into a deranged, flapping menace, threatening to either decapitate you or launch you into the air like a failed Mary Poppins. It's a bold fashion statement that tells the world, I have made a series of poor life choices, and this is the one I'm wearing on my head. 44. This next patent is a wearable admission that you have fully committed to a life of sedentary gluttony. The catch-it-all pajamas. These are not mere sleepwear. They are a human feed bag, a garment with built-in troughs and pockets designed to catch crumbs and hold snacks. It's an invention that says, I plan to become so fused with my couch that basic motor skills like moving food to my mouth without spillage are no longer a priority. It's a celebration of sloth, turning you into a glorious, self-contained marsupial of mediocrity. 45. The comb-over. Hair system. This patent doesn't protect an invention, it protects a fragile illusion. This is the legally documented step-by-step methodology for the art of follicular misdirection. Imagine the poor patent examiner, forced to analyze technical diagrams of strategic strand arrangement and wind-resistant sweeping techniques. The patent elevates a simple act of denial into a field of engineering, describing it with a solemnity usually reserved for bridge construction. It's a beautiful, bureaucratic testament to the human spirit's refusal to accept reality, one carefully placed hair at a time. 46. In a moment of profound, soul-crushing sadness, someone patented a device for simulating a high five from your pet. This is for the pet owner who refuses to accept that their cat views them as little more than a can-opening servant. It's a small mechanical arm you trigger to simulate the affection your pet refuses to give. It's not a toy. It's a tiny plastic monument to unrequited love, a desperate attempt to manufacture a connection that will never exist. It's the saddest invention on this entire list, and the competition is fierce. 47. This patent is a tiny plastic insult to your motor skills. The ice cream cone catcher. It's a small tray that clips onto your cone to catch drips, essentially a bib for your dessert. It's a device that looks at you, a fully grown adult, and says, I do not trust you to manage this simple, melting snack. It strips away the primal, thrilling race against time that is eating an ice cream cone on a hot day, replacing it with a sterile, spill-proof, and utterly joyless experience. It's safety equipment for a pleasure that was never meant to be safe. 48. For the individual who views a trip to the grocery store as a potential ground zero for the apocalypse, we have the portable nuclear fallout shelter. This isn't just a tent. It's a collapsible personal bunker designed to be deployed at a moment's notice. It's the ultimate accessory for the deeply paranoid, allowing you to turn a pleasant family picnic into a grim doomsday drill. This patent isn't just for an invention, it's for a worldview, a statement that you are so prepared for the end of the world that you're willing to lug it around with you in a duffel bag. 49. For generations, humanity has grappled with one of the great existential crises of our time: the bruised banana. Enter the patented banana protector, a rigid, brightly colored sarcophagus designed for a single piece of fruit. This invention bravely ignores the fact that bananas already come equipped with their own natural, biodegradable protective layer, and instead offers a plastic solution to a problem that nature had already solved. It's a personal suit of armor for your lunch, ensuring your potassium source arrives at its destination unblemished. But using one is a public declaration. It tells your coworkers not that you're health conscious, but that you possess a level of anxiety so profound it has now been projected onto a piece of fruit. It's a desperate attempt to exert control over one tiny, yellow sliver of a chaotic universe. 50. In the Darwinian battlefield of public transportation, where personal space is a forgotten myth, one inventor patented a truly audacious solution: the commuter hammock. This isn't just a piece of fabric. It's a declaration of war against your fellow passengers. The device consists of a sling and hooks, designed to be strung up between the poles of a subway car or bus, creating a personal, suspended cocoon of defiance. The user isn't just napping. They are physically, emotionally, and spiritually elevating themselves above the huddled masses. Imagine the sheer audacity required to deploy this thing during rush hour, turning yourself into a human pendulum, a swinging piñata of poor decisions with every sudden stop. This patent is for the person who has looked at the unspoken social contract of public transit and decided to literally set it on fire, then swing over the ashes. 51. And so, our journey through the madhouse of innovation ends with the perfect summary of it all: the cat exercise laser system. This patent automates the simple act of driving a cat insane with a dot of light. It takes a universal, low-tech joy, over-engineers it with motors and timers, and packages it as a product. The genius isn't the machine itself, it's the audacity of patenting a cat's existential torment. It proves that for every simple pleasure in life, there is someone, somewhere, trying to figure out how to put a motor on it and sell it back to us. And honestly, we're probably going to buy it. And there you have it. 49 patents that prove a good idea is optional. Now, it's your turn. You have the power to erase one of these inventions from history forever. Which one do you obliterate and why? I want to see your brutal justifications in the comments below. If this display of madness earned it, hit like. To guarantee you get more of this absurdity delivered to your brain, subscribe.